Hello, everybody listening to the Fairweather Podcast. Your boy 2K Suave. I'm here with my dog A-Rod. What's going on, my friend?
Not much, man. Just enjoying the Knicks beating up on the Sixers 2 times now. So
I want to tell you guys something real quick. This man likes to kick people when they're down. I mean, whenever the Jets is getting their ass spanked every single damn week, I leave this man alone. But the Knicks played the Sixers without Joel Embiid, who's down with COVID, without Tobias Harris, without. I mean, shit. Half our team is not there. You happy beating up a bunch of two stringers, second stringers. That's how you feel. All right.
Winners win. That's all I can say.
When Damian Lillard, when Bradley Beal, when who else we got? Who else is available? When who cares? Whenever we get that guy, just know it's a wrap.
So basically, you're going to become the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, is what you're saying.
Nah, bro. This is within the right of basketball. Football is different.
Odell's a free agent. He could probably sign with y'all too.
Hey, Odell. Now, real talk though. When that shit was going down, I was like, look, Philly. I know he don't want to be on a team that's a loser, but I'm like, bro, we need a veteran presence at receiver. So I'm all for OBJ being a Eagle, but that's besides the point. We talking about Tyrese Maxey, the dog. The real
he played with his ankles.
Listen, man, Emmanuel quickly is ass. Okay,
not ass. Don't
he's a one-dimensional player.
Quickly.
Who comes? Tyrese Maxey. Give it about a couple years, he's gonna be an all-star, bro. Emmanuel quickly never sniffed the all-star.
Quickly, that's all I can say.
All right, man. Anyway, what we got, man? We live on location. What we got on tap today?
So, episode 44, we're gonna recap. Week 9, our Pickems. We both did pretty good this week. Got to give ourselves a pat on the back.
Man, I messed up with that damn 49ers game, man.
That's I missed one too, so it's all.
I should have. I wanted to go for the parlay this week.
Could have did it, man.
Damn.
So we'll recap that. We'll talk about week 9 as well. A lot of the top teams lost. So we'll kind of dissect that, see whose loss probably hurt them the most there going into the season where we're at right now in week 10. Then we'll discuss who the actual MVP front runner is and this whole taunting thing that's going on in the NFL. Like it's all a joke. Then we'll just talk some NBA. We'll go about Steph Curry, his hot start, and Russ's slow start. We'll compare the two, which one's, more shocking to us. And then drama in the NBA. There's always drama in the NBA. Harden, Dame, Ben Simmons. Where's he ever going to land up? Is he ever going to come back and play? Is he talking to the right people? And then everybody saw the Jokic fight the other night, the big shove. So we'll just kind of dissect that a little bit. Not a lot to talk about there, but just give some insight on it.
And because he's an island boy.
Because he's an island boy. I've been wanting to say that all night. Anyway,
they got the shooters coming for Jokic right now. He got to be careful how he moves right now.
and then we'll finish up with the pickups for week 10. We got 5 games. We'll pick up there and give our picks for that and add it to the scores. But let's jump into it. Week 9 recap. Kake and I did pretty good. We got everyone. We both won 4 out of 5. So if we add that up, I'm at 21 out of 35. You're at 20 out of 35. We're still neck and neck right there. No big drop off.
Can I say one thing before you continue?
Yeah,
bro. The whole week 9 was insane. Not even just the games. Just literally from Tuesday morning up until Monday night was probably one. It's like a whole season happened in 1 week. So. Yeah, it was a crazy week for sure.
My favorite saying definitely applied Sunday, any given Sunday.
Yeah.
And it really was. You got to see like crap teams take down powerhouses. And you also, my favorite saying all week has been said that Josh Allen is not overrated, okay? Josh Allen sacked Josh Allen in that game and was dominant on Josh Allen. So we're talking about the real Josh Allen for the Jaguars.
Well, I'm not gonna say he's the real. I mean, they're both good. But what we were saying about the quarterback, Josh Allen. I mean, if you struggling against the Jacksonville Jaguars, I mean, come on, Skip. Like that told me and it was like right on cue with everything that we were talking about. So yeah, that was definitely wild to see. Mind you, he's on my fantasy team, so he lost me that one. So
that had to hurt. I mean,
yeah.
when you look at the numbers, it's a crazy stat line too. He threw what 47 excuse, I'm going off the dome right here. He completed 31 of 47 passes. He threw for like 267 yards and threw for 2 interceptions. Like this, and this is your king. This is your king. This is the king.
This was the MVP front runner going into the season, by the way.
Yeah.
Everybody had him.
I'm not sold on him, man. The guy, like Townie said it best. Like, break down the schedule. Look at the schedule that he has, and he loses to good defenses, and he picks apart easy wins against shitty defenses and shitty teams. Just so happens he lost to a shitty team this time. And
what did Tom Brady do for 20 years in New England? He had easy cakewalk against the Bills, against the Jets, no offense, and the Dolphins for 20 years. So no matter what, he had 5 victories under his belt. Like, he woke up like, I already got 5. You already spotted me 5. And then the rest of them, he just, took out who he needed to take out. And Josh Allen, in the back of his head, is like, well, you already spotted me 2 Miami games, 2 Jets games. They're about to play the Jets this week, and he probably get back on track. You spotted me 2 Miami games, 2 Jet games. Now the Patriots going to have something to say about this whole thing. We'll talk about the Patriots later, but possibly. But yeah, it's like he's talented.
Talent, yeah. There's talent there.
But it's inconsistent.
He's exposed. The man is exposed. That's it. So I mean, we'll touch on that in a little bit, I guess, when we get to the front runner, the MVP talk. But we're gonna put out a new power rankings. KK is in charge of everything social media right now. I'm going through a cleanse in my life with no social media, and it's been really, really good, I have to say. But all things making graphics, kind of like dabble in that a little bit. I enjoy it. So we'll do a new power rankings. But if you had to go off the top of your head right now, who would you put at your top 5?
At the top of I already have a 10.
We can go. Let's stick at 5. We'll do 10, but I didn't write anything down. I'm just gonna go with you go based off of, and we'll go from there.
But I'm very controversial.
Yeah, we probably have. If I had to put my 10, I probably have the same ones as you.
All right, I'm gonna give you the whole. I'm gonna give you the whole 10.
Give the list. Go.
Cardinals, number 1. They beat the 49ers.
They do. They have
without Kyler Murray.
They have to.
McCoy is seriously. Come on. Mind you, on top of that, they coach not Matt. What's his name? Not Matt LaFleur. Kingsbury. You gotta give him Coach of the Year like right now. So I'm rocking with the Cardinals at number 1. Now the team that didn't lose this weekend was a team that was idle. Was the Bucks.
I was gonna say it did play.
The team, so they survived this.
You want to know a good thing for people in Michigan? Lions didn't lose this week.
Okay, nobody care about no damn Lions.
I'm just saying, man. The people on suicide watch in Michigan, like, you got to worry about them.
I bet
I'm a Lions fan. I'm always like,
it's not like
the week before last was harder because Michigan fell to Michigan State and the Lions lost. So,
and as a Michigan fan, guess who's ahead of them in the college football playoff ranking? Still, Michigan's number 6.
Yeah,
Michigan State number 7. So it don't matter. But I got the Cardinals number 1. I got the Bucks number 2. I got the Rams number 3 still. I know the Titans beat the Rams, but I'm not a believer of the Titans yet. I think the Rams just had a bad game. So I got the Rams 3. I got the Packers 4 because watching that Chiefs game, if that was Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, they would have beat the Chiefs by 21 points. So the Packers are fine. And I know all this cloud that's surrounding Aaron Rodgers, but whatever. He's still a dog on the field, so it is what it is. So I got the Titans number 5.
I'm not an activist. I'm a football player.
Listen, we didn't even really talk about him last week. Listen, don't quote Martin Luther King when you're talking about mask mandates and vaccines and shit. Like, what are you doing? Like that. And I'm a big Aaron Rodgers fan, like as a player. But Aaron Rodgers, the person, like during the summer and then everything, just all this drama that surrounds him. I'm like, he's a prima donna. And honestly, like he just keep a lot of stuff that he's been saying is like as he's getting older with age. I'm like, bro, stop talking, bro. Like, just stop talking. You saying too much.
He
So
said some weird shit, man. I gotta say, like I've been saying it for the last couple of like months now that like, he's off his rocker on some of the stuff that he said.
he's on this Zen like Phil Jackson's Joe Cool kind of thing. I'm like, bro, just take it easy. So, but they're still the number 4 team. To me, if they end up with OBJ, by the time y'all listen to this episode, I don't know what's going to happen with OBJ, but if they end up with OBJ, I mean, the defense is playing pretty damn well. You add OBJ to that mix, shit, that's scary. That's like a Buccaneer kind of move, what they did last year with AB. So that would be scary. So I got the Packers 4, I got the Titans 5. You got to give them credit where credit is due. Mm-hmm. And then the back end of my list really quickly, Baltimore. Buffalo took a bad L to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Just take that tape, throw it away. It's okay. You know, everyone has a bad loss. It is what it is. It's a horrible loss, but the game was in Jacksonville, so if that means anything, Duval County was lit that day. I got the Cowboys, who had a worse loss to the Broncos at number 8. I mean, they were down 30-0 before the empty calorie Dakota Prescott was throwing all these touchdowns to these Look, I have a Mark Cooper on my fantasy team. We have CeeDee Lamb on the other team, and he's throwing touchdown passes to not even number one. Not even number one. It wasn't even Cedric Wilson. It was some other random person. I was like, who the hell? I'm done with the Cowboys. So Cowboys number 8. So here's the last 3 teams. So there's 2 spots left from 9 to 10. But I had it between 3 teams. Between the Browns, the Chargers, and the Patriots. I honestly think I really think the Patriots can make a run for the damn Super Bowl. Not to win the Super Bowl per se, because I think there's still 5 teams in the NFC or 6 teams in the NFC better than them. But they could have remember like the greatest show on turf when Tom Brady was a baby and he beat the greatest show on turf and he wasn't even that good yet. That was that defense. Bill Belichick is a damn genius. Like on his like, you know, like I don't know, like he's a mastermind. So what he's doing with that team, they're rising on my list really quickly right now. And then the Browns and the Chargers, they're both to me about the same right now. So I have those 3 kind of battling it out for the last 2. If you held the gun to my head, I would say number 9, give me the Browns. Number 10, give me the Patriots, and then number 11, give me the Chargers. So.
Not bad. I wouldn't disagree with a lot of the stuff that you said.
But that's where I'm at. It's just this weekend. All right. So obviously there was a lot of good teams that lost this weekend, right? What do you think? What do you think was more real, as in like something to be concerned about, and then compared to just it's just a one-off?
I would say a one-off would be the Rams. I feel like that's a one-off right there. Their loss, it was just a bad game by Stafford, and Stafford's, been a back-end MVP candidate this year. I would say he's probably like the 5th guy you would put on that list, maybe.
I don't know. I'll put him on this. They look good, but he looks
good. He looks good, and he's winning games because you're hearing his name more than you hear it in Detroit. So that's a plus right there. I also think if you replaced Aaron Rodgers, that's a easy win right there. We might even have like a gunslinging game between the 2 of them. I think if Aaron Rodgers is throwing touchdowns, I think Patrick Mahomes is going to try and like match that type of attitude when he comes into the game.
I don't know about that anymore.
I
think their offense is like fucked up. Or excuse my French. I think their offense is. I know, but I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be a better human being. I think the Chiefs' offense needs help. Like we're talking about OBJ. OBJ could be a Chief by the time I listen to this, or he could be a Packer by the time I listen to this. If he's a Chief, that would help them a lot. But I feel like, because I was saying it last year, and I was saying it earlier this year, and I'll say it again. Travis Kelce is in his 30s. Tyreek Hill, they're starting to figure out how to play bracket coverage on him, so he's not one-on-one with anymore. And then after that, you have Mecole Hardman, who I don't believe in. You have no running back.
Josh Gordon, who's his name.
Josh Gordon at this point is a shell of himself. And then on top of that, a shell of that. So to me, the Chiefs are like, I look at the Eagles when I watch the Eagles play, and I see Devontae Smith. I see Dallas Goedert, and that's all I see. And that's what I feel about the Chiefs. I see Tyreek Hill, I see Travis Kelce, and that's it. And like I know you have Mahomes, and Mahomes can make things happen, but this is like the to me, and as an Eagles fan that understands Andy Reid, this is the stuff that Andy Reid does, is that he's so obsessed with the big play, and they don't just do the mundane like the Patriots did for 20 years. Run the football, dump it off to the running back, to your James White, dump it off to your slot guy. Like this, the simple mundane, they refuse to do that. And OBJ would help them as far as just having another weapon on the field, but I'm very concerned about the Chiefs. So if Aaron Rodgers was in that game, I don't think it would have been a shootout. I think they would have blown him out like dead ass. I think they would have blown him out the building. So yeah.
Any given Sunday, I'm a firm believer in that anything can happen.
Yeah.
But I think the game that I just think they're like pretenders in my book is the Bengals. Like you lost to the Jets and then you just lost to the Browns, and the Browns are like just got off of the OBJ saga. And don't get me wrong, Peoples Jones, I've always thought it could be
go blue. Go blue.
He could be a 1 or a 2 there, whatever you want him to be, because Juice is technically the 1, but he lines up in the slot. But he's still very versatile. And don't forget, like they have 3 really good tight ends. Like that's the crazy part too. Like they have probably the 3 best tight end combination in all of football.
It's rare that you have a tight end combination, period.
The Bucks have a good 3 tight end combination.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But they don't really use OJ Howard like they used to, or like they should, I should say.
But the thing is, I don't know who Sammy. I know who Sammy was, but like, no, Vic was so bullish about the Bengals. I told y'all they're not real. Like this is, and
they're trending up. They're trending up, and that's good.
My pick for the Super Bowl was the Browns, and there's a like the Browns naturally should be a good football team, and addition by subtraction is real. Like they subtract the OBJ, and the team look good again. Like to me, it's not a coincidence. Like that team is a well-oiled machine with the weapons that they have. So to me, the Bengals, the Bengals, I wouldn't have taken the Bengals seriously, period, in that game. So
I wouldn't either. But like everybody's high on them because they're doing good, and Joe Burrow, all of that. I'm happy for them. Don't get me wrong. I like the tandem of Burrow to Chase. I think that's really, really good. I think Mixon is finally finding his love for the game now, that there's actually a winning culture there now. But if they make the playoffs, they're first team out. They're out in the first round.
Absolutely.
And they'll be even lucky to make the playoffs. But I think there's still a lot of missing pieces there. And I think your head coaching, it starts there. There's not a lot of knowledge there at the head coach position, the coaching staff. I think the defense could be a little bit better. I know they got a good secondary, which is getting a lot of praise, but those household names they had, like the Carlos Dunlaps and whoever else was there before, I can't think of his name, drawing a blank.
Pac-Man Jones.
Pac-Man Jones. No, the other guy, another linebacker or D-line guy that was
Geno Atkins.
Geno Atkins, yeah. Those guys are no longer there. So you've got to pull the talent out of your young players now. And I feel like I know they got the guy from the Saints that had like a monster year last year, Hendrickson, and he's, I guess, a good piece to make your foundation with, but he doesn't scare me. Like he had a good game with the Saints because the Saints line is that good. They're going to double team Cam Jordan and he's going to get through. So there's just pieces that are missing there, and they'll get it right. It's just not their year.
You know what though?
Huh?
You know what though? We're just talking about that division real quick. I feel like we're not giving enough credit to the Baltimore Ravens. I have them number 6 on my power rankings. What Lamar Jackson is doing with that team, like I say they as in like the media and these pundits and these people who think they know everything. They told me that Lamar Jackson can't play from behind. Lamar Jackson has been winning overtime games and making comebacks all season. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, we definitely screwed that one there. But we're also not giving that credit. We're not giving credit to that division too. We said the most competitive division this year would be the West. Now there's injuries and stuff that play into that. Yeah. But if you look at this division, like everybody's neck and neck. It's like one game and the next guy leapfrogs, another guy goes down. The Bengals were number 1 2 weeks ago, and now they're what, the third team or the fourth team in the division.
Shit, the Steelers have a win 5-3. Like Mike Tomlin is such a damn good coach. He's so good.
Don't hold your players hostage. He gets it, man. Like that's not his motive.
He just gets it. But yeah, they're think about it. It's great. Well, they play less games because they have their bye week, but they're 5-3. The Bengals are 5-4. The Browns are 5-4. The Baltimore Ravens are 6-2. Like they all got winning records, and the Steelers are in second place.
Exactly. Anything can happen, man. They're playing good football. So we have to give that division credit, and the fact that we thought it was just going to be a runaway, and we also said the Steelers are going to fall off. Like the Steelers are hanging, man. The Steelers are going to hang.
Yeah.
You know why? They're doing what I said they need to do. Big Ben ain't throwing the ball that much, and you know who's eating?
Your boy.
He's all day, exactly.
Your boy.
They want to talk about.
He had a slow start, but now he eating for real. Like that Ezekiel Elliott shit that he does. You know, Najee he's eating for real.
But that's the thing, is like everybody wants to focus on Jamar Chase. You got to give credit to Najee Harris, what he's doing on the ground. Like and for offensive rookie, I would be putting him up there with you know, Jamar Chase or Mac Jones, whoever you want to put out there for your offensive rookie.
Well, I wouldn't give it to Mac Jones. Mac Jones his team is playing well, but he's not doing anything that's like completely that elite. But if you look at it right now, Najee Harris has 541 yards, 3.6 yards to carry, 4 touchdowns. But he also has 40 catches for 289 yards for another 2 touchdowns. So he's basically been doing. I mean, he's combined for they played 8 games. They played 8 games, and he has a combined 800 yards. So he's giving you about 100 yards a game, which is from a running back. That's perfect. From just all purpose yards, you give me about 100 yards a game. That's the name of the game. That's you're trending towards 1,700 all-purpose yards for the season. And he has 6 touchdowns. So
all I'm saying is the Jets could have had him, and we could have Mike White as our quarterback, and I'd have been happy with that.
Hey, Hall of Famer Mike White starting on Sunday.
You will address that man as Mike Hall of Famer White. That's what I want him.
All I want is some respect on his name. That's all. I'm on that. I'm on that bandwagon.
The USF Bull, man. Go Bulls for sure.
Barely, but yeah, he is.
But I mean, hey, first Bull to start a game, first USF Bull to start. Not BJ Daniels. BJ Daniels got a ring.
Not Matt Grothy, not BJ Daniels, not Quentin Flowers, not who else we've had some bad quarterbacks too, but yeah, it's Mike White.
Mike White to do it, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's shift things over. Let's go to this MVP talk. So everybody had Kyler going as MVP, sure shot. He's missed a game now. He looked human when he lost to the Packers. What was it, Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, it was Mr. Aaron.
Aaron had to do it to him with the 7 and the shoulder shrug, man. And then the whole COVID thing had to play into it. But who do you think right now would be the front runner for MVP, considering all games that have been played right now and everything that's happened?
So Vegas is saying it's still Josh Allen or Tom Brady. Tom Brady has shot up that list, and now they're both plus 325 odds. So Josh Allen's team is better than a lot of the teams in the AFC. Tom Brady is the best quarterback still in the NFL, probably. Given his age and everything, it's crazy what he's doing. And I'm looking at the Buccaneers schedule. The schedule is easy.
It's easier.
It's easy. Like, and you remember what they did last year off of a bye week? They didn't lose a game after the bye week last year. They went from, I think it was like week 12. They went out and never lost a game again. And I looked at the schedule, and they're probably headed towards that same exact thing. So I think he's going to throw for over 50 touchdowns. I'm thinking like 53, 54. He's going to throw for over 5,000 yards because, Byron Leftwich, I think he's making it a point because Byron Leftwich is auditioning for a head coaching job as well. So Byron Leftwich is like, yo, we're going to air it out. We're going to air it out as much as we can. So they're going to air it out. And he wants Tom Brady to go get that award. They don't ever rest him like Blaine Gabbert might get a couple of snaps at the end of a fourth quarter, but at that point it's like 42-0. So I think where they're headed right now, and the Bills still got to go see Bill Belichick, and they're gonna struggle in those games too. So I gotta say, Tom at 44 is going. If anybody has any qualms or any opposition that Brady's not the GOAT, when this man wins MVP at 44, 45 years old, that's all you need to know, bro. That's it. That's really it right there.
I got no more dog in the fight, man. I've said it numerous times. The guy's the best to do it. He really is, and you have to respect it. Because he's an island boy.
Oh God. Hey, but hey, this is a Michigan Wolverine special. So I'm proud of him as a Michigan fan.
I mean, I wouldn't. Right now, I feel like there's more football to see played for me to even give mine, because I feel like we mad and cursed Derrick Henry. I was like, oh, he's my MVP, and then boom, there goes his feet. So
this year is really tough, honestly.
It is tough. It's because Tom has a really good team, and they're consistently going to do good. And the only team that can get Tom 2 times a year will be the Saints. But Mike Pless said it best: can't beat him a 3rd time, and it happened.
And I don't think they're gonna beat him a 2nd time, because they got the film that they need from Trevor Siemian. I mean, the Falcons got the film, and the Falcons almost blew them out until they made that 4th quarter that comeback, but still lost. But not that the jury in the film is out. I don't believe in the Saints no more at all.
Trevor Siemian ain't the answer. I'm sorry. Like I know he did that little picture like Peyton Manning in the pool in Denver.
Yeah.
And he just came crashing down to earth. And then the Jets got him, and then the Jets let him go. I don't even remember how long. I think he was there for like a weekend and he was gone. But he's a good backup. But you have Taysom Hill, and I think you need to give Taysom Hill the chance to start. Go
get Cam Newton, please. Give my dog a chance, man.
I agree.
Give him a chance. Listen, they have no quarterback signed next year. What are they going to do? Like, they got nobody on contract. At least have somebody just in case. Like, that's how I feel. But anyway, your MVP talk.
Boozy's, come on, man.
Right? Hey, come on, man.
It's too early for me to even say still. Like, I still want to say it's Baby Yoda still. I want to say Kyler still.
Same.
This is a big step that he's taken this year. Yeah, we saw the Bengals version of the Cardinals last year. What the Cardinals were doing last year is what the Bengals are doing this year. And then they took it one more leap because they went and got the necessary pieces. The JJ Watts, he's not going to play probably until the end of the season.
No, he's out. I think he's out for the year, ain't he?
Oh, well, he's out for the year then.
Yeah.
And the AJ Greens, even though he fucked up the last play on that game, but he's still a force on that team.
Yeah, you know what's wild about that play? When you go back and think about it, they literally can still be undefeated had he just turned it around.
Yeah.
But
he threw that ball pretty quick too, man. He threw that ball pretty
quick. If AJ Green knew that ball was coming to him, he would have caught that. The Cardinals would be undefeated right now. That's insane. So
yeah. So I'm not taking anything away from them. I think that's still my MVP is Kyler Murray. I would put it as Kyler, Tom Brady, and then I can't put Josh Allen. I guess you have to put there, but my 3rd one would be Lamar Jackson, because like we said, we've been shitting on this dude all year that he can't come from behind to win games, and literally he's won 5 games or 6 games from behind.
So I was going to ask you, who's your dark horse? My dark horse is Lamar Jackson.
Mine is too.
I feel like I mean, he's not having the same season he had when he won unanimously, but I mean the way he's doing, I mean, they're 6-2, and if they had any other quarterback, not any other quarterback, if they had Cam Newton, for example, they'd be 500 right now. If they had Andy Dalton, they'd be below 500 right now. Like, Lamar has really put the battery in his back and put the team on his back, and he's carrying them, and he's doing everything he needs to do to just get that team in position for Justin Tucker to take him home.
Exactly. He's fine with doing that, but like, he's also, in my opinion, he's instilling confidence in the running backs. So the running backs weren't getting it done. Now they've got 3 really good running backs, and Freeman's starting to find the end zone more. Le'Veon Bell is not looking like Le'Veon Bell, but he's he's getting catches, he's getting yards, he's getting touchdowns, which is good. So you don't have to always rely on him to run it every time, even though he's still going to get his runs in. But you're starting to see some kind of a running back wheel going there, as opposed to just Lamar's going to do it every time. So
what Lamar on the ground? I think he had over 100 yards this last game. Lamar is trending like he has 2,200 yards in the air, and then let's look at his running. How many yards he got running? My statistician guy is being real.
Gotta have at least 6 or 7, I would say.
He said 600 or 700.
Yeah, maybe 5.
He is currently at. Damn, man, they don't know how to add on this. He's doing well. That's all you need to know. Long story short.
He's doing well.
Long story short and short story long, he's doing well. He had 120 against Minnesota. 120, 200. Yeah, he's about like 500-600.
Yeah, that would be
about 500-600.
Not bad for a running back.
Not bad. Hey, not bad for a running back. Not bad for a running back. It's just, it's insane. It's insane. He's throwing 65% in the air, 2,200 yards, 13 touchdowns. Interception a little high, but you know he'll come back on that because now Marquise bought Hollywood Brown. He's got faith in him. Rashad Bateman, who he's trying to get rid of, he loves Rashad Bateman.
Hey man, I saw OBJ and I was like,
listen, Rashad Bateman is a first round pick. Okay.
If OBJ goes to the Packers, then I'm not letting you live that down.
Listen, and he won't do what the receivers we got on this team. He has 600 rushing yards, by the way. But the receivers we got, we don't even need them. We don't need them.
That's true.
But anyway, so yeah, Lamar's my dark horse. Definitely my dark horse.
A guy I feel like who doesn't get any love though is definitely Derek Carr, and that's all I gotta say.
But he's done this before. Where a couple years ago, he still had Cooper, and he was top. I think he was top 3 in voting as well. Mm-hmm. And it's just, and look, listen, I don't know if you watch his interviews.
It's the Carr name. It's the Carr.
name. Yeah, he's cursed with his brother. But I don't know if you watch his interviews. But he is such a good human being. Like
he is.
Like he is a very like caring human being. Like John Gruden was going through his thing, and he's I love him. Russ is going through his thing. Yeah, I love him. Just pray for him. All this stuff. I'm like, damn, this is a good dude. And like he doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low. So like, I want to be on his side. It's just. He's like a fool me once, fool me twice kind of guy. I'm like, I don't really believe it.
Either way, you can't get fooled again. So
yeah, fool me can't get fooled again. But yeah, right. I think as of right now, Derek Carr is like 11th in odds. Right. So if we go to Vegas, it goes Josh Allen, Tom Brady, then Kyler Murray at 3, Stafford's 4, and Lamar's 5. And Aaron Rodgers, Dak Prescott, Justin Herbert, Ryan Tannehill.
I was going to say Aaron Rodgers would have been a dark horse for me too, but this whole COVID thing, I feel like everyone.
They ain't not voting for him. Trust me.
The only vote he's going to get is Stephen A. That's it.
Not even Stephen A. He's a bad man. Not even Stephen.
He's a bad man.
Yo, you know what's crazy? You know who's also like on this list? Justin Fields. Now listen, do you watch that Monday night game? Justin Fields is coming.
He's coming, yeah.
Justin Fields, like, and I know it's like, oh, why would you throw him out there so early? Da, 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 da. He's not ready. Da, da, da. Of course he wasn't ready, but sometimes you gotta throw the dog in the fire and see what the hell happens. He's performing in this fire. Like he's only going to get better because now he's getting adjusted to the NFL game speed. He's getting like the Steelers have a very, very good defense. And Justin Fields, before what's his name got the stupid taunting penalty, which we're about to talk about. I mean, we can talk about that right now if you want to.
We'll transition that, but you're on a good topic about Justin right now.
Yeah,
so what I want to say is I think the only thing that he's missing is the right head coach and receivers that want to be there. Like, because we all know Allen Robinson doesn't want to be there. Like, he's ready to go. I was in Jacksonville and I got paid over here and we did good. And then we came crashing down to earth. Now just send me somewhere where I'm going to be valued because they're not using them right now. So
because they're a running football team. They're designed. So, I'm a Jalen Hurts guy. I'm an Eagles fan. I watch my team. What we were trying to do in the first 5 weeks while we were losing is we were trying to be an aerial offense. The last few weeks, we should have beat the Chargers. We were successful against the Lions. Like, we were successful against the Panthers. It's because we kept the ball on the ground. And Matt Nagy is kind of similar to Sirianni, where like what they were trying to do with Trubisky was with Montgomery, with Tariq Cohen. They're trying to keep the ball on the ground and then work off the design runs, play action pass, RPO stuff. And Justin Fields fits that kind of offense. They're catering that offense to his skill set, but they need to grow. He needs to just grow. At the end of the day, he's a baby still. Like, he's a rookie. So we shouldn't expect so much from him this early. A-Rob probably is not the best fit for what they want to do because they need somebody who's going to be patient to know, look, we got to block. Like, I was watching a clip of Devontae Smith. He was mic'd up a couple weeks ago against the Lions. And Darius Slay was like, yeah, I want to go out there and play offense. And Devontae Smith, whom I love, was like, yeah, we blocking today. But he was like passionate about going out there being a blocker. A wide receiver is passionate about going out there being a blocker. If you don't have that passion to be a blocker, you're not going to fit in that kind of an offense. Like Hines Ward. Remember Hines Ward? Hines Ward was looking to crack back anybody he could. Chad. Exactly. So if you don't got that passion in you, you're not going to fit in that kind of offense. And A-Rob, if you don't want to be there, he don't want to be there. Oh, well, go. We'll find somebody who wants to block down the field. We try to get you 200 yards of rushing, and then the rest will go to you if you want it. So, if you want it. But yeah.
Let's stay on the taunting topic.
They lost that game. Why?
Taunting.
What the hell, man? What's going on?
I don't know, man. Like, I feel like flags can just be administered in the NFL when they just feel like it. Because I see a lot of like helmet to helmet hits, and they're just like not throwing a flag. I
feel like with the helmet to helmet, some of those they just miss, right? Mm-hmm. And which I understand. You just miss it. He went down low. You probably thought he hit it with the shoulder pad. You just missed that one, right? But with taunting, I do feel like a lot of it's personal. Like a lot of it's like it's not by the letter of the law. It's just how I feel about this player, this game, and I don't think that ref liked that dude with Marsh. I think the way he looked at him and the way he threw that flag and the way he poked his butt out like, a little, touch my butt. You know what I'm saying? Like the way he did all that stupid, crazy stuff. And then he held his hand up after he threw the flag. I'm like, there was something personal that happened. Like he probably complained about some call in the first quarter, the second quarter. He's like, when I get a chance to get your ass, I'm going to get your ass. And so to me, I'm watching that play. I'm like, did homie help himself out? Nah, I mean, he could have left that bench alone, but he didn't say nothing. He just looked at him. Like he did his little spinning little karate kick, which is not taunting. Okay, everyone like he didn't do it towards like what they're trying to get rid of is you standing over a player and like demeaning them.
Dominance, yeah.
Which I understand that. Okay, like the football that I know that should be okay, but I would understand that why it's not okay because it could lead to brawls and fights, and you don't want to see that, right? But if I'm looking at your sideline, let that like come on now, like that's not taunting. He didn't say a word. He didn't flick him off. He didn't do no little Italian. He didn't do nothing. He just he stared at the sideline because he used to be a Steeler. He was a Steeler over the summer. They cut him, and then he just got what he thought was like the potential game-winning sack because they were about to get the ball back. So he's like, yeah, I got that sack. Y'all cut me. I got that sack. And he looked at the bench and didn't say a word. If that's the case, like if that's taunting, like we need to have like a conversation with who came up with these rules because to me, I see Antonio Brown every time he has a first down. go crazy, drop the ball, do his little dance. I see a lot of other stuff to me, which is a lot more egregious than my boy staring at the bench. Exactly. And that caught. I mean, and why we're talking about it. It was a Monday night game, so it was the only game on. It was a standalone game, so everyone's watching it, right? But they're lucky it was only week 9. If this was like a divisional round and that happened and that cost a team a chance to get to the NFC Championship or AFC Championship or Super Bowl or something like that, that would be the most criminal thing ever because of like, we're talking, these referees are like average age 55, 60. Pretty sure 95% of them never played a lick of football in their life. Probably not even professional sports. Probably not collegiate sports. We're talking about like retired teachers and police officers and stuff, right? So they don't know about the true emotion about playing a professional sport. And when you get a sack in the fourth quarter against a team that's favored against you, your team has been struggling all year, and you finally got that big play, and you're going to penalize them for, like, you don't understand the emotion of the game. And that's the problem that I'm having because you've played sports, I've played sports. Like, when I watch baseball, you watch baseball, right? The reason why I didn't care about the bat flip, I understand about the unwritten bullshit, right? But it's 2021. And if I want to flip the hell out of my bat, I'm flipping the hell out of my bat, right? Basketball, if I dunk at you, I'm going to look at you. And in football, if I get a big sack, I'm going to be like, yeah, let's get the team hype. You know what I'm saying? So, and if and I feel like these referees don't understand that it's not like they're doing it to taunt. They're doing it because it's like a natural emotion that you put out. Like you lift so many weights, you run so many gassers, you do all this stuff all week so that you can make that big play and celebrate. And I hate that. I hate what they're doing to the game because it's just now, like, I always talk to like old people, right? And they're like, yeah, I don't really watch football anymore. And like they used to be obsessed with football or something, right? Well, I don't really watch basketball because they used to be obsessed with basketball. But now I realize, like, just in the last 20 years, the sport, like, I started watching football maybe like 97, 90, yeah, about 96, 97, 98. But I actually started knowing what I was looking for like in 2001, 2002. So in the last 20 years, what I started watching is not the same sport that I'm watching now. Like, it's not the same.
I think just looking at it, like you said, you hit the nail on the head. These guys haven't played a lick of sports probably. When you're playing these games, you have adrenaline rush like crazy. Yeah. It stops from popping through your body. You're on just a high to complete the mission, whatever the mission is. If you're on defense, you're trying to get to that quarterback. You're trying to cover that receiver. You're trying to stop the guy before he gets past the downs line for a whole new first down. It's trying to stop him there. On offense, you're trying to catch the touchdown. You're trying to break through the block, doing all of that stuff. So there's momentum and there's rush going through you. Now I get player safety, but there's nothing you got to worry about that.
And thank you. This is not a player safety issue, so I don't get it.
Remember when they wanted to get rid of like the celebrations for touchdowns and stuff like that? Like, come on, let them have fun. Like, when you do something big, nobody's like, yeah, and walks to the bench. Like, that's not going to happen. When you ace a test in school, aren't you going to be like pumped? Like, fuck yeah, I aced this test.
Right.
Someone's not going to throw a flag at you and be like, hey, you can't celebrate an A that you got.
Have you ever done a job with sales before?
I'm in sales.
So, okay. So when I used to sell cars, right? Every time I sold a car, I'm like, boom, you get hyped. You sell a car, you just made some money, right? You feel yourself, right? Or even as a fan at home, when I see my team make like a big play, like, I'm the worst person to watch sports with because I beat my chest. I'm like Kevin Garnett. I beat my head. I hit my head against the wall. I'm crazy. And I'm a fan. I'm not even on the field. Can you imagine the person that's on the field and you're going to tell them, nope, can't do that. Exactly. And it's not a player safety issue.
But that's the biggest thing. I mean, it's not even player safety. And you have to get with the times of stuff. Like, let players celebrate. Now, like they said, if you want to keep the taunting penalty there, you have to give it a exact definition of how it's going to look. A player standing over another player. I get that. You know, Allen Iverson-esque stepping over Tyronn Lue. I get all that, man. I get
Nah. If they would have gave him a technical foul for that, I would have been so pissed.
I'm just saying, like, I wanted to say that for you, but that's one of the most iconic things we'll always remember about.
The most iconic thing ever.
But even at that, what I'm getting at is in the NFL, I get that because you've got it's a fast pace. It's very fast paced. It's a lot of strength and force and I don't want to say anger, but like you're putting all your emotions into football. No guy goes out there like super happy, like I can't wait to get to this line. Like that's not happening.
Bro, you got to be crazy to play football.
Exactly. So these guys have to control all of that, and then on top of that, you've got the officiating penalizing them for going crazy, completing the task, and then wanting to celebrate. Like, come on, man, it's all a joke. It doesn't make sense. The sport is definitely becoming softer. I'm okay with it becoming softer for player safety, but when it comes to shit like that, like taunting, I'm good. Like that's like you said, you targeted somebody, you had a vendetta against them, you didn't like them. Maybe this guy's betting on the game. Who knows?
That's another story that we could definitely. I've been looking at some. Listen, I'm a conspiracy. I get into some conspiracy theories. I go down some rabbit holes. There's some stuff going on with these games, but that's another story. I'm not gonna get into that right now. But can I say something real quick? You know what I'll throw a flag on if I was a referee? And again, I used to be a referee as well, but I wouldn't actually do it. But right now, if they were trying to enforce taunting, and throw a flag on any kind of taunting that you see. If you're a cornerback and like the receiver doesn't catch the ball, but you had no effect on the play, like they just dropped it or something, and you go like this, where you like incomplete and you're all celebrating, but you had no effect on the play, I'm throwing a flag on you like, bro, stop doing that. You had nothing. The ball was overthrown like by 20 yards. What it had nothing to do with you. They're complete.
They're on a high too, man. They have to chase. They're basically receivers that can't catch. So like they're going there and they think that they had something to do with it, but
it's crazy, man. You playing for
you got burned and you got lucky.
You got lucky. Incomplete. But now think about it, man. Imagine playing football, man, and you gotta think so much. Oh, make sure I don't hit him with my head. Oh, make sure I don't hit him in his knee. Oh, make sure I don't fall on the quarterback when I sack him. I make sure I scoop him, I drop him down nicely, put a pillow under his head, roll over, and then I can't celebrate that I just sacked him. I have to just be like, yes. Walk.
Sorry, Mr. Rogers.
And God forbid I look at the other bench, flag. Like I gotta go walk to the other bench. Like they want everyone to score a touchdown. Here you go, referee. Here's the football. Yay. Like, no, bro. Like, this is what you've been trained. People have been training since they were 3 to do this shit. I don't want to see the game being ruined by some damn former math teacher that couldn't cut it as a professional, who couldn't cut it as a high school athlete. And now they want to take out their frustration on real professional athletes. I don't want to see that. And I don't want to let that be the reason why games are ruined. And like the Bears, that would have been, imagine if the Bears would have won that game. We're having a completely different conversation, like about the Steelers and about the Bears. Like, damn, Justin Fields, like, oh, yeah. Oh, man, the Steelers are like, it's a completely different conversation. And somebody probably lost on their parlay because they bet the underdog on the Bears.
Absolutely. All right, let's go talk some NBA now. So,
yay.
The Warriors are very surprising. Are they? Are they not? I mean, 9-1.
Man,
I mean, it's pretty good.
Listen, I gotta say this because you remember last year we had not last year, but last season. Well, I don't know if it was last season, but it's still this season. Earlier this year, but last NBA season, we're talking about our apologies that we gave out, and I gave out an apology to Steph Curry. I would like to further that apology that I extended to Steph Curry and really, 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 truly apologize to you, Wardell, Stephen Curry. I feel like when KD got to the Warriors, he really took away from what Steph Curry could have done even more. Steph Curry could honestly have gone down as the greatest basketball player of all time had he not had to deal with KD there for a few years. Because what Steph Curry is like, a healthy Steph Curry, the man just dropped 50 points and 10 assists or 10 rebounds, whatever it was. Like the dude's 6'2", 6'3". He's 32 years old. Like, and he's still doing. Like, he makes it look easy. Like they're 9-1. I think the addition of Andre Iguodala. When I saw Andre Iguodala was going back to Golden State, that's actually what scared me. Because people are so, they look at so many different analytics and all this bullshit. Listen, I'm all about chemistry.
Gel, exactly. If it gels and it works,
when I saw Andre Iguodala was back on that team, I was like, oh yeah, they're gonna be serious. And I know it's still early, but I always say, people always overreact after like night 1 and night 2 or even night 5. But I said by the 10th game of the season, you have a really good idea of what that team's going to look like at the end of the year. Because that's a pretty decent sample size. For example, like the Lakers are like 500 right now. And they're going to struggle all season, right? Golden State, they're 9-1. The West is down this year. Yeah, I think Golden State's going to be the best team in the Western Conference. Clay's not there yet. Wiseman's not there yet. And Steph, I mean, I know people talking about Durant, but as far as MVP odds, I'm willing to put all my money that I got in Bitcoin and all my money that I got in Doge and all my money that I got in Ethereum and all these damn crypto currencies. I'm willing to pull all that money out and put it in that Hard Rock Sportsbook thing and put my money on Steph Curry for MVP because this dude is doing some stuff that I've not seen in a very long time.
And the segment we're going to get to is like Steph's to a hot start, and a lot of people weren't expecting that, even though it's Steph Curry. Like they're just expecting him to play like Steph Curry basketball, but he's just shocking the world already. And then to compare that, Russell Westbrook, who's a triple-double magnet, is off to probably the slowest start of his career right now, and it's painful to see because we want to see him win. We want to see him do well, but he's, Carmelo looks more comfortable than Russ looks out there right now.
Carmelo Anthony is the most important player on the Lakers right now. It's crazy.
It really is, and people stop shitting on Carmelo Anthony, but it's shocking to see Russ playing like this. I don't know if like he's in his own head or what's going on, but there's too much time there for this guy to not be understanding what's going on. And now that LeBron's not there, fuck it, play your style of basketball if you want. I mean,
I don't want him to play his style of basketball because
once LeBron gets back, that shit shut down real quick.
Here's the problem. Okay, so as well as Steph Curry is playing, the complete flip side of that is how bad to me Russell Westbrook is playing. And I'm a fan of Russell Westbrook, right? But I'm a fan of his energy, his nonstop 48 minutes of energy that he plays with since he was a rookie. Like I'm a fan of hard workers when it comes to the NBA, right? But if you really peel back the layers, right? The thing is that we've been so spoiled at the fact that he averages a triple-double. The fact that he's averaging a triple-double is because he plays with more energy than everybody, right? Mm-hmm. But what we're missing is that he's shooting 40%. He's shooting 64% from the free throw line. He's shooting, where is he shooting from 3? He's shooting 25% from 3. Listen. Steph Curry will give you 90% from the free throw line, 50% from the field, and 40% from 3. Russell Westbrook is giving you 64% from the free throw line, 25% from 3, and 41% from the field. On top of the fact, his turnovers right now, what is his turnovers right now? His 5.1 turnovers per game. So he's averaging 8 assists a game right now. Am I correct? Yeah, he's averaging 8.5 assists right now, which sounds really good. But he's averaging 5.8 turnovers. So it is essentially
he's playing like LeBron.
But no, LeBron will be averaging 5 turnovers. LeBron give you 3.5. But LeBron's more efficient. Like he controls the game. I know Russell Westbrook, he blew a 26-point lead against OKC because of him. He blew a 19-point lead against OKC again because of him. He blew a 15-point lead against another team. Okay, it's not at the top of my head. Against no, they even killed him. They killed him. That wasn't even a blown lead. They just killed him. And then they were playing the Hornets the other night, and they almost blew a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter. They had to go to overtime, and I love Russ, the guy, the player. You know, I love the energy, but he's like his stats are very empty right now. Like he's not providing.
It's not the Westbrook we're used to, is what it is. He's playing.
Well, what is the Westbrook are we used to? Because the Westbrook we're used to will give you all those stats and then get kicked out in the first round.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm afraid of for the Lakers. That's where they're heading, because it's crazy. It's sad for me to say this right now, but LeBron James is finally a human being. It took about 20 years, but they finally like, all right, man, you're a human now.
I think they're gonna I think they're gonna get everything settled. The biggest problem with the Lakers is the age thing. And I'm sorry, man. I love AD. I think he's a great basketball player, but fuck, he's always hurt. Like he's always hurt.
Have you ever watched a game where he's not holding onto his leg?
No, like I don't know what it is. I'm telling you, it's like he won that championship, and he could easily say, "I did this," and then he just didn't care anymore.
He doesn't care anymore about his body. He's not like, if he had the same hunger that Giannis had, AD could be the greatest basketball player of all time. If he had the same hunger and drive that Giannis has, right? Because Giannis constantly works on his game. My man just won a championship and still adding more to his game. His free throw percentage is better. He don't spend 14 seconds at the line no more. He's shooting mid-range now. He's shooting threes. And this is fresh off of a championship. AD, fresh off a championship, body came into camp out of shape. Draymond was talking about, he's out of shape. And then he got hurt. Groin injuries. When you get your groin injuries, that's because you're out of shape. I'm telling you right now, that's because you're when you get in soft tissue, you're out of shape, okay? And now every single time I watch him play, man, he's grabbing his ankle, he's grabbing his knee, he's throwing up in the locker room. I'm like, bro, it's like, so between him being inconsistent with his health and Russell Westbrook just being inconsistent on the basketball floor, sheesh. And LeBron with an abdominal strain.
But it's also LA. You know, they got to be story headlines and stuff like that. They got to make news about them. I get it. But like you even said, Carmelo Anthony is the most important piece of the team right now. He's playing consistent basketball.
Don't you miss him?
I love seeing him in purple and gold.
This makes me so happy to just see. It makes me happy to see him happy.
Me too. It makes me happy to see him happy. It makes me happy to see him in LA. It makes me happy to see him with LeBron. I just want LeBron to be healthy and be the floor general that he is. And I think once LeBron gets back, you know, they'll right the ship. It's going to be a bit, but Westbrook is just too much in his head. That's his issue right now. He's used to playing one way, and now he's being told to play another way, and he's not used to it. And we all know he can do it.
They're not telling him to play another way. They're telling him to be Russ. But I think what it is that he's home now, and he wants to really just shine. He wants us to work so bad. Because if you go back and look, history is your best teacher, right? When he got to Houston, he was doing the same thing in Houston. He was sucking for the first couple of months. But then they figured it out. When he was in Washington, he sucked for a couple of months with Bradley Beal. It didn't look pretty. But he figured it out, and he carried them to that damn playoffs to where they had a pretty decent series against the Sixers. So I expect him to suck in November. And I think around the Christmas time, like by then, that's when you will know, okay, what is this team really made of? Because when you go back, when we actually think about it, the NBA season really starts December 25th. That's when you see who's separating themselves from everybody else. So we're talking about Golden State. Klay Thompson will be back by then. We're going to see Golden State look like 2015 again? Probably. I don't know what's going on with Kyrie. I don't know if they're ever going to get him back. But LeBron should be healthy enough by then as well. So we'll start seeing, all right, who's real, who's not. I feel like I use that song reference in every show.
Isn't it who's phony, who's fake? Isn't that what it is?
He's phony. He's fake. That's the
Yeah.
type of people I hate.
But no, but I agree with you there too. I think it's 10 games in. We're judging very, very small sample, but I think once Christmas time comes around and players will be back and healthy, I think we'll be good. Um, I we all expected this from the Lakers. We all expected them to be old, sluggish a little bit. I was expecting it. Like AD to me, like I think he's one of the most dominant big men to play the game, but like
Yeah,
I don't see it. I don't see it anymore. Like I feel like his heart isn't there anymore. He's like, well, I got LeBron and I got Russ, and that's what we're gonna get out of it. But
he's too Hollywood now. He's too
he's
Hollywood.
too Hollywood. He's too
Way
Hollywood.
too Hollywood.
Did his hair, he had the little piece, the little part in it, and then he went to the braids and stuff.
It's crazy. It's crazy what a city can do to you. Like honestly, like you can just see the difference in him. He's not the same hungry New Orleans player he was.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, well, I guess. But you know what? They're missing Taylor Horton Tucker. I think that he's going to really. They obviously believe in him a lot because they let Caruso go, which I'm still kind of like confused about. Because Caruso, you need somebody. Dog, what I just saw Caruso do to James Harden defensively the other day, I'm like, all right, bro. I don't know what's going on, but Caruso's locking him up. He's locking him up. I was like, all right, Caruso's for real. And they're missing that. Like they drafted another white boy, Austin Reeves. He's actually undrafted, and he's playing the 6 most minutes out of that Laker team, and they giving him hella minutes. I don't know because they want him to be Caruso. I'm like, bro, he ain't. You're not that guy, buddy. You're not that guy. So,
that guy, yeah. Caruso.
When THT because they pretty much bet on THT over Caruso. So once THT get back, then we gonna see. But before we move on, I do want to talk about something really quick. I was talking about James, just kind of briefly talking about James Harden. You see his numbers are down like considerably.
James Harden, might as well just go into it now.
Yeah, I mean, so, and then same thing with Dame. We'll get to Ben Simmons, but with James Harden and Dame, right? Harden is complaining about the foul situation, like he's not getting the calls that he used to get, and Dame is saying like the officiating is pretty bad too, right? But both of them have had a common denominator that they complained about. Paul George talked about it as well. They talk about the balls change because they went from Spalding to Wilson. Mm-hmm. Do you think that's a thing? Because next level statistics, they said this is the worst year 3-point shooting like in like a long time. This is the worst field goal percentage period. Scoring is down. Everything is down right now. So do you think that's a real thing? I'm seeing Steph Curry still put up 50 like it's nothing.
Yeah, it's Steph Curry though. Steph Curry could give him a freaking beach ball and it's going in every time. You remember when they redid the new NBA ball? Remember when that came out? And the players were like, nah, this shit ain't happening.
Yeah.
And they went back to the old style NBA ball after that. Like, yeah, I believe that's a thing because these guys are professionals. That's like, I don't know, a salesman saying, yo, this program that you gave me, I can't do what I needed to do, generate leads, all that. So this is something that they use as basically their instrument, their tool to play the game. And they know the grip on the ball, where they're going to get it, where they're going to shoot it, all of that. So I would say 100% that plays into it. And you can even go back to that new NBA ball. I remember I was working at Champs when that shit came out. Everybody's like, oh shit, you got the new NBA ball. We're like, yeah. And then the next day, everybody in the NBA was shitting on that thing. Like, nah, man, we're not playing with this ball anymore. Screw that.
That's crazy. I mean, it's crazy when you think about it. Like, and it's true, you know, as a person that has played basketball his whole life, I will admit, like, nope, don't like this ball. Nope, don't like this ball. And it just doesn't feel right. So, and I'm obsessed with Spalding. So I understand, like, I'd be pissed if they changed the basketball as well. But I was like, damn, it really affected their game that much. Like, Dame is averaging, what, 18, 19? What's he at this year? He's averaging 19 points a game. Dame was averaging 27 points a game last year. His three-point percentage is 25% now. And then James Harden, bro, James Harden is like, I don't know, he's like a shell of himself right now. Like, it's crazy. He's averaging 18 himself as well, too. So it's like, is it really affecting him that much? James Harden to me more so, he's all those damn fake ass fouls that he was doing, that's on him. Okay. He needs to adjust his game and shoot the ball and get layups.
I'm happy that Steph Curry foul shit is out the books now. Like the leaning in and jumping
Yeah.
in. I'm glad that's out because that's the kind of shit he would do too.
But guess
So,
but this is the difference between being a professional, Steph Curry. Look at Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony's shooting his best 3-point percentage.
Don't shit on my boy. Don't shit on my boy.
So to me, it's like I feel like some of it is an excuse because Steph is playing fine, Melo is playing fine, Jaylen Brown and Tatum are playing fine, Bradley Beal's playing fine. You know, Dame and James. I just don't think Dame wants to be. I think Dame is putting on his front. He's so loyal. Like, yeah, I'm 10 toes down, but deep down, he's like, bro, I can't win here, bro. I can't win here.
I agree. I feel like the team even got worse now. Like I feel like
they did
got worse, and they keep making bad moves. Like in my opinion, Terry Stotts didn't need to be fired, but he had to be the sacrificial lamb.
Bro, you know the bad move they made? Gary trading away Gary Trent.
I'm just saying that, and if statistics are right, he'll be traded this year to another team that his dad went to because he's on the same pace as his dad.
Did he play for the Bobcats at some point?
No, I don't think so. But I can't. He played for like 3 teams, and so far
Minnesota.
I think it was Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota now.
Yeah.
But regardless, like the team got worse, and he's off to a slow start. That's fine. Like I get it. The season started early. We were acclimated to the season.
No. The season started on time.
The season started on time?
Yeah, the last few years they've started the season like October 15th, like before the pandemic. So the season started on time.
I didn't mean to say. I meant to say the season usually starts around like December when it starts to pick up a little bit more.
Yeah, no. This is on time. This is on par for him. So
this is fine.
I don't think he's happy.
I don't think he is either, but I also think, like you said, he's a loyal player. He's been loyal to that franchise. They've gotten him most of the things that he's needed. Him and CJ McCollum play well, but he's finally starting to be like, yo, this just isn't it, man. Like, and it's probably killing him inside because he wants to stay, but they just can't get over the hump of anything that's in front of them.
It's like you're in a relationship. You wake up in the morning, you look at your partner like, man, I really just can't stand you. But I'm here for the kids, and he's there for the kids. Like, he's there because he's loyal to Portland. But like, real talk, them kids about to be 18 soon. He needs to. All right, man. Once they out the house, we gotta move on.
Just say, fuck them kids, Dame. Fuck them kids.
But the thing is like, all right, they're gonna have. I mean, I don't know if he has like a no trade clause. I mean, obviously they'll approach him and stuff like that. But like, I mean, like, I just don't see. Who like I heard New York as an option, right? All right, you as a Knicks fan, right? What are you willing to give up to go get Damian Lillard? You be honest. Be honest.
Whatever you want, take it. I'm at that point right now.
You know, they go, hey, let me get. I want Julius.
Bro, I would give up Julius. I'm being honest. If it were me, and if I was New York, I would say everybody on the team is touchable. Even 2 draft picks that we have next year, they're touchable. But you leave me RJ Barrett and you leave me Julius Randle. Those be the 2 ones I would say we keep, and then you can pick what you want from that.
So give me Emmanuel quickly, give me Obi Toppin, give me who else y'all like? Give me Derrick Rose, give me give me a whole nucleus.
If it were me, what I would do is I would give our top pick in the draft that we have this year coming up, and we keep the lower seed wherever it's coming from. With that,
whose pick do y'all have?
I can't remember who it is. I just remember we picked it up at the end of the draft last year, so we got a first round pick, and I was surprised about that. But I would give up that pick.
They don't want both of your picks.
I'd give them both up if they wanted. I would entice that first. I would give up whoever the fuck we drafted this year, McBride or whatever his name is. I would give him up. I'd give up quickly and Toppin, and I'd try and throw Knox in there because I'm sick of seeing him on the fucking team.
Bruh, what the worst draft pick I've ever seen. But now, check me out. Go look at that AD trade, okay? I know he's not AD. He might be better than AD, honestly, but that's because I'm just down on AD right now. But they gave up all-star Brandon Ingram. They gave up Lonzo Ball, who's amazing right now. We can see it. They gave up Josh Hart, who's playing amazing. They gave up one more player I was missing. And then they gave up 4 draft picks. It's going to take all-star caliber player like a Brandon Ingram for you guys. So it's probably like an RJ Barrett. It's gonna take another.
Let's not break my heart right now. Let's not get me excited.
But the thing is that word on the street, Dame wants to be in New York. That's the thing.
I would be okay with it, but I honestly don't see Dame coming to New York. I feel like New York is settling right now when they do need another superstar, and I feel like they're settling for what they have. And you know, this is a good transition on to we can go to Ben Simmons from here. Like, you know, the Celtics are even in talks to try and get Ben Simmons.
Please take it.
Jaylen Brown. And I think that's a bad move.
I don't think the Celtics want to get rid of Jaylen Brown. I know, but Daryl Morey is like, well, the only way we're gonna talk is if y'all giving up on Jaylen Brown. And we talked about it with Tony last week. And I said it last week before even the story even came out. I said, look, Tatum and Brown will not be successful. And then they said, no, that's a hot take, blah, blah, blah. Listen, I remember Paul Pierce and Antoine Walker. Somebody has to go. Okay. It's literally
Ron Mercer, and they had Ron Mercer too.
And history is your best teacher. Ron Mercer, Marcus Smart. Paul Pierce, Jason Tatum, Antoine Walker, Jaylen Brown, like, however you want to put it, right? History is your best teacher. Somebody's got to go. Okay. Like somebody's got to go. And Jaylen Brown, I don't think he wants to hear that shit from Marcus Smart. And Jaylen Brown, to me, he's really evolved his game so much, and I think he's
really good.
But the problem is that in the back of his head, he knows this is still Jason Tatum's team because they want this to be Jason Tatum's team. Like they've made it pretty clear this is Jason Tatum's team. Like that's what it is, right? He's the guy that gets all the shine, the commercials, all that stuff, right? Bro, he could come to Philly, get not even necessarily a fresh start, but just get like, bro, this is me and Embiid. This is Embiid's team, which you'll be cool with, but it's not like guard and guard or forward and forward. It's like big man and guard. It's Kobe and Shaq. You know what I'm saying? It's LeBron and AD. Like that's what he needs to me. And Ben Simmons needs a fresh start. So this whole thing with Ben Simmons right now, he's getting fined again, in and out. You know, come see our mental health people. No, you can't see. Like it's all a debacle. Okay. And I feel like we're doing so much to make it's like you're in a relationship. Okay, I mean, I'm in my relationship thing right now. You're in a relationship with somebody that can't stand you, and you're doing everything you can to make the relationship work, and they're still making it don't want to work. Let go of that person. Ben Simmons does not want to be there. Like he's made that crystal freaking clear. Let it go. Like let him go see greener pastures in Boston. He could be Listen, he probably wants that so he can try to beat up on you 4 times a year. It's obviously a big rivalry. Imagine trading somebody to your big rival is crazy, right? But he would want that. And Jaylen Brown, I think he would be. I mean, look, Tyrese Maxey, bro. Tyrese Maxey is a dog. Like, he imagine a lineup of Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris, Jaylen Brown, Joel Embiid, and whomever else you want. Give me Matisse Thybulle. Give me Matisse Thybulle as our other starter. We lock it, huh?
I said I feel like y'all don't like give Shaq Milton the credit he deserves.
Shake is a 6 man. He's not a starter.
He's good, but when he fills in, he does great, man.
He's a 6 man. I'm talking about our starting lineup. I'm happy. I'm happy. But listen,
I'm excited because you still have Ben Simmons on your team. Man.
If the Celtics wanted Shake Milton and Ben Simmons, have him. Oh, and Steph Curry. Oh, yeah, Steph Curry is statistically the best shooter in the league right now. Historically, Steph Curry is one of the greatest shooters of all time. Not Stephen, not Wardell. Seth is statistically one of the greatest shooters of all time.
Undrafted Duke Seth, by the way.
Talk to him. Talk to me nice, bro. I'm telling you. But in the back of my head, I don't think that trade's going to happen anyway. So,
I don't think so either.
So, but Ben Simmons needs greener pastures right now.
There's going to be some big moves that are going to happen this year. I have a feeling, and it's going to be Dame. It's going to be Ben. It could be Jaylen Brown if they don't fix this. You never know. LeBron loves to blow shit up. He could get rid of this Westbrook shit real quick if they don't fix.
He won't get rid of Westbrook.
I don't think he will, but
he won't allow. I think his pride won't let that happen because he wants to prove that he can make this shit show work.
I agree too, man. But anything can happen. Like, look what they did with Cleveland when D Rose was there and D Wade was there.
Different circumstances. 2018 2018 LeBron was the greatest LeBron I've ever seen. So
let me say, anything can happen, bro. Anything can happen. Anything is possible. Anything is possible.
anything is possible. But
It's
no,
true,
all right,
though.
all
It's gonna
right.
be something big that's gonna spark, and we're gonna see new players on new teams. And if the Knicks are smart, if the Sixers are smart, they go after Dame Dollar. That's the guy that's got to go because he's definitely not happy there. We all see it. And
So if I put a gun to your hair real quick, and I
Kings
say,
rank.
all right, where's Ben Simmons gonna be at? Go.
Portland.
So swap. Okay. I mean, you know me, I'm great with that. But you know, it is what it is.
I say Portland. I said they'll swap him for Dame Lillard picks.
I don't think, but I don't think they'll do straight up because Dame is clearly a better player than Ben Simmons.
Another one I could see, another place I could see him going to, 76ers or Houston would be another place I could see him going to.
Ooh.
Ben Simmons and the Sixers piling up on draft picks is what I would see them doing.
Nah, the Sixers will win now mode. They ain't piling up on damn draft pick. Joel Embiid's knees are only going to last you 2 or 3 more years.
It's true.
You know what happened? You know what dark horse I got? I got Ben Simmons going to not Portland, the Denver Nuggets. Because Michael Porter Jr. is struggling right now. And I think he's struggling to find his identity there because he wants to, I think he needs to be in a change of scenery. I don't know what's going on with Jamal Murray, but to me, he fits that light-skinned thing in Denver right now too. So to me, Ben Simmons to Denver for some package that includes Michael Porter Jr. or Jamal Murray, to me,
let's stick
like
on.
a nice little dark horse.
That's a good pick. I like that. They have a lot of intangible assets too, which I like. Let's stick with Denver. So
Speaking of Denver,
exactly. Let's stick with Denver.
What I did there?
Exactly. I like the transition point. So Jokic decides, to shove Marcus Morris. Was it Marcus or
no? It's Markieff.
Markieff. Yeah, regardless, they're both dirty players. Like don't sugarcoat.
Dirty. I wouldn't use the word dirty. I would say they are
tenacious.
Edgy. And they a little edgy. They're tough guys. They play that throwback basketball.
Yeah, dirty. I wouldn't say, but they definitely poke the bear a lot.
What Markieff did was unnecessary. That's
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you saw the Joker out of his element, and I agree. And you could definitely tell he felt bad what he did because he's literally like a giant man child, and he just shoved the shit out of him. I also think applause to Markieff for selling the injury because I don't think he was that hurt.
Nah, I think his neck snapped, bro. I think it hurt a little bit, bro.
I didn't see that, I guess.
But see how big Jokic is?
He is.
He blindsided him. That shit hurts.
Yeah, it just didn't look like that bad. But
he didn't have his body to brace. And if you watch it in slow mo, Markieff Morris' neck snapped. Like
I didn't see it.
He got whiplash, like a car accident kind of whiplash. It was Jokic is not small, bro. That's a big dude get blindsided by. So
it's a man child.
But listen, I don't give a damn. If you go cheap shot me at half court when we're up by 15 with 2 minutes to go, you're gonna get your ass clapped, bro. Like that was unnecessary by Markieff Morris. So do I feel bad for him being hurt a little bit? Yeah, I feel bad, but he had it coming. Like at the end of the day, Jokic has been playing the nice guy for so long. He's a big joker. They call him the Joker. They think he's just fun and goofy and all that stuff. And European players get this rap like they're just soft or something. Like you can just pump them. And look, Jokic, you see his brothers, man. His brothers are pretty wild. So I'm pretty sure he has that in him.
They're the muscle.
You know what? If it's got to come out, if it's up and it's up, then it's stuck. Whatever they say, whatever the kids are saying now. So, Markieff had it coming. Honestly, the Morris twins always have it coming.
They do. They always do. They always do.
It is what it is. But no, Jokic needed to defend himself. Like he said, look, yeah, I needed to defend myself. I obviously, you don't want someone to get shoved in the back because, damn, all right. It could have been worse, and then everyone's trying to pick a side. To me, we one dirty play, move on. We done. They're gonna play each other on November 29th in Miami. Udonis Haslam gonna have his people at the American Airlines, and we're gonna see what happens.
Oh yeah, Jimmy. They both got fined. Jimmy got fined too, man. Jimmy got a mouth.
Jimmy's wild, bro. Like Jimmy is the type of dude that will entice. You know, like the people that always instigate fights. You know, the people on the street that always instigate everything. Like, oh, you gonna say that, huh? You gonna do that, right? Jimmy is the classic instigator because now he put a battery to Udonis Haslam back, and now Udonis Haslam gonna try to beat Jokic's ass the next time he sees it.
Yeah. Jimmy may drink Mick Ultra, but Jimmy will fuck you up, man. I don't care what they say, man. Jimmy's the cheerleader for shit too.
To me, Jimmy's is more of a talker, more than anything. Like he'll talk. I don't think he gonna scrap like that. Now Udonis Haslam will scrap. Kyle Lowry ain't doing no scrap. I don't know that they were waiting for people in the locker room. To me, it's part of the drama of basketball. I ain't really like, oh, okay, this is real.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's wrap up the show. Let's do our pickems now for week 10. 5 more games. We'll give
you up one.
I'm up one. I'm going with my heart always now. I'm going with my heart. So
listen, I'm never picking against the Cardinals, though. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. All right. So first game I got kind of the same lay of the land. New Orleans versus Tennessee. New offense looks, good defenses. And we were poo-pooing on the defense of the Titans all year, and they've been actually turning it around. So
this one's kind of annoying.
I feel like this is a good one. Like this is a good matchup here.
Yeah, it's a good because they both like New Orleans needs this. Tennessee. If Tennessee is who we think they are, then they're going to win this game. If they're who we think they are, and I feel like New Orleans is going through some type of like identity crisis right now, because now that James is gone, the receivers already suck as it is. Michael Thomas is out for the year officially, and they're not getting OBJ. So, and I think Kamara's banged up. Word on the street, he's banged up a little bit. I'm a little concerned. I'm gonna take Tennessee, even though I don't want to pick them. I'm gonna take Tennessee in this game. 24-20.
24-20. All right. I'm gonna say I want to go Tennessee too, man. But my heart is telling me New Orleans.
My heart's telling me New Orleans as well, but I'm picking with my brain.
I'm going New Orleans on this one. I'm gonna say
I respect that.
I'm gonna say 17-13 is what I'm gonna say for this one.
I respect that for sure, actually. I do. I definitely respect that because Tennessee, I think like I said, that was a fluke. That Rams game to me was a fluke because like they only had like 180 yards of like offense or some shit like that. And AJ Peterson is not Derrick Henry by any means. So like conventional wisdom tells me, yeah, I want to pick New Orleans really badly. But I think New Orleans is in this similar situation. I mean, Trevor freaking Simeon, bro. Come on.
Both teams are going through it, man. You lose Derrick Henry, but you get AP. I mean, AP is all day, but like he's not all day anymore.
Man, he was all last night, bro. He ain't all day no more. that was a decade ago.
He's more like the evening. That evening is what he is now.
Exactly.
All right, another game I got. Carolina versus Arizona. We're going to see 2 mobile quarterbacks going at it. You're going to see PJ Walker getting the start.